Donnie, you don't care a whole lot for Rush Limbaugh, but will you say something on the air that everybody says off the air, but I can never get them to say on the air?
We were talking about...
Was Rush Limbaugh wrong about Donovan McNabb?
What he said, and I think he couched it there, and once again, I'm the big liberal with the capital L.
Right.
But there was some credence to what he was saying, and he was just saying, look, he was judging him as a quarterback, and that the media, and there's nothing wrong with the media rooting, frankly. The media roots, and there are league policies to hire black coaches. That's a good thing.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. What is bad, though, is when Rush Limbaugh says on the air what I hear so many people saying, a lot of Philadelphia fans off the air, and then he's fired from ESPN and branded a racist because he says on the air what everybody is saying off the air. Guys, bleep
wow.
that out.
All right.
Let's bring in Eugene Robinson. Why do you have to do that?
Eugene, of course, is the Washington Post associate editor and a Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist. I think, Donnie, you should apologize to Eugene for the language you just used.
Eugene, if you want me to apologize, Eugene, I'll apologize. Something tells me you second the motion, though.
Okay, so let's go to Gene Robinson. Gene, do you think that Rush Limbaugh should be banned from owning an NFL team?
Well, let's examine the political and social views of NFL owners.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think.
Not an enlightened crew, are they?
Very good.
I don't think this is the ACLU board we're talking about. So, as a practical matter, what difference is it going to make? Now, I disagree with Dottie and you in that I think that was a really stupid thing in football terms for Limbaugh to have said. If you look at the Eagles' record with and without McNabb over the last years that he's been playing,
no, Eugene,
he's
the point
a
being
really good quarterback.
Not critiquing him as a
quarterback, in my opinion, and I think it was silly
But
really
Gene, he was fired from ESPN and basically branded a racist for having an opinion about a quarterback. I didn't mind when people told me that I loved Larry Bird just because he was white. That wasn't the truth, but that's what people do in sports. They go and they fight about things that really don't matter that much. But this was blown into those guys around ESPN. After Rush said it, well, I was shocked he said that. This was horrible. This was the worst thing ever. While they sat there going, while he was saying
if he had just said, McNabb isn't as good as people are painting him, that would have been fine. I don't think he certainly wouldn't have gotten fired.
Well, Gene, do you think people were cheering for?
Do
you think, Gene, that white political commentators were cheering for Barack Obama more because he was a person of color?
I think
it happens.
Some were.
Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
I was cheering for him. There's one reason I was cheering for him.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with people cheering for a quarterback because he's a person of color.
But see, I think there also were a few who were kind of cheering against him, against Obama, and there may, for all I know, have been some commentators who are also cheering against McNabb. But the point is, why bring in the question of whether or not there is, he's being given some sort of affirmative action gridiron points.
It's his freaking opinion. What's wrong with
the media?
Eugene, let me ask you a question as a white guy asking a black guy this question. And please,
I'm
worried.
But when I see a black coach on the sidelines, Mike Tomlin, I go, yes, that does make. I feel we're moving forward as a country. So. Doesn't that same math exist when I see a black quarterback? I go, yes, it was traditionally a white position. Finally, people are waking up, and guess what? A black guy can be a great quarterback, can be a field general. So that's not wrong, is it?
Well, how long ago was this Limbaugh comment? Because there was a time when that certainly was not wrong.
Yeah, 2003,
there was a time when that wasn't wrong, but I would say that time was 10 years ago, 15, when Doug Williams was winning the Super Bowl for the Redskins, which would have been about 89,
89, yeah.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
You know, if you go back that far, a black quarterback was a novelty. There were no black coaches, head coaches in football. But if you've paid any attention at all, there are plenty of black quarterbacks. There are plenty of black coaches. And by 2003, this was not a huge deal.
But
this
Gene,
was not as big a deal.